What I want to say right now, maybe even best if my face is obscured. It happens to be a little bit darker now during the day. But let me first say that my opinion of Planet Fitness does not extend to my individual Planet Fitness location. It's actually quite nice, nice clean equipment, nice clean staff. My beef is with Planet Fitness policy of having a judgment-free zone equals no critics and this entire lunk alarm thing. As far as I'm concerned, bodybuilding or heavy lifters are a community in ourselves, and I'm no lawyer, but to me that is discriminating against a certain type of people right off the bat. How would some people feel if they were to walk into a gym and right there in the middle of the wall is a sign saying no fatties allowed? We don't want fat people here. Who is basically anybody to tell me it's just ridiculous that it's a lunk alarm? As soon as I walked into the gym when I was going to go against my membership, I just went in there to see what they were like. I believe I was told at least 4 times we don't cater to bodybuilders. I never even opened up my mouth. Yes, I'm a very large person. I'm 5'10" at 385 pounds. Yes, I'm an amateur bodybuilder. I bench press over 5. I curl over 150, 160. But I wasn't going in there like some walking lug thinking, hey, what can I do to your gym now? Basically, they're saying, oh, we only have this, we only have that, instead of telling me the good finer points of the gym. And as I go on Planet Fitness's webpage, both the webpage and the Facebook page, I basically see on there more people are dissatisfied. Judgment-free zone. How can you claim to be a judgment-free zone when you have already just judged me? You judged me before I even walked in the doors. There's even a sticker on the door, on the front door, of a cartoon, overly muscular person there holding 2 dumbbells in a circle with a cross going against it. What is this? I mean, I know some people think of bodybuilders as just steroid-ridden freaks, and some are. Sorry, I'm not. I've never taken steroids in my life. So you have no right to sit there and mug me with everybody else about it. Secondly, bodybuilding probably takes the most discipline, the most skill, the most self-control, the most dedication any other sport on the planet. So you're going to basically tell these athletes, hey, we don't want you here because it intimidates people. If I intimidate people because of my muscularity and they're drawn away from me because of my size, instead of trying to get used to me, trying to get to know me, that's their problem, not mine. If I intimidate you or scare you, that's not my problem. So I should be judged for it. That's not right. Like I said, the Planet Fitness that I go into is nice. Yeah, I'm looked at big time. In my neighborhood, white people of my size are not very common. But nobody messes with me. But another one of my entire points is the fact that you don't want people. I mean, the dumbbells only go up to 60 pounds. Some of the locations don't even have bench presses. They said they just want the average lifter trainer there. Well, why would you just want people to settle for mediocrity? So you're saying if a person, fine, they get into good general shape, you're going to lose so much business. Like, for example, I just said, somebody goes in there wanting, okay, they've lost their weight. Now, let's say they happen to say, hey, I'd like to get into bodybuilding. You don't have to take a friggin' steroid or anything to say, hey, I'd like to get into competitive bodybuilding. Well, that gym's going to lose that business because they're not capable or equipped to go into to have serious trainers work out there. I had to scrape and borrow and steal weight plates from 3 different Smith machines just to get enough weight for a 300-pound bench press. Sorry, but a serious trainer cannot train there. At least not at my location. So you're basically telling people we only want mediocrity here. We don't want true fitness athletes. We don't want these other kind of people. And the problem that also lies is when I was there, I probably see people who look at these strength, who look at the exercise equipment like it's a piece of alien technology. They're just promoting people who don't know what they're doing, don't look for safety. There's no trainers walking the floor asking people if they need help. I mean, my God, what is it they're actually trying to promote? I mean, fine, a gym for everyday people. I belong to Export Fitness in Tam. There's about 50 locations in Illinois here. The best part about it is, yeah, it's a hardcore gym, but I can work in there. I could work out. I could be doing 500-pound bench presses, and the machine right next to me could be the average soccer mom. We don't bother each other. I don't look at her and go, oh, that's all you can lift, and she doesn't look at me like you Neanderthal. Both are welcome there. I mean, I personally don't understand how Planet Fitness can still exist with being just this outwardly discriminative towards a certain class of people. It just really doesn't make sense to me how they can remain in business. Maybe it's because, I mean, they only have those kind of people who are, sorry to put down certain members, but they're too stupid to know any better. And so, oh, we finally feel at home, no lunkheads around. So what do you think a lunkhead is? The funny part was last week, 2 days out of the week, I was on the Smith machine because that's the only way I can get the heaviest lifts I can. I noticed all three Smith machines are being used, one by myself. And 2 days in a row, guess who was the only person that actually took their weights off the machines and cleaned out the benches? Here, right here, me, the lunk. And each one of those 2 days, I walked right up to the general manager and I said, listen, I'm tired. I don't like your guys' policy of lunk alarms because the lunk was the only one who just cleaned up after himself. Because unlike your average member, us lunks, us bodybuilders, us serious athletes and trainers, we actually take pride in our gyms because they're home away from home. We put our weights away, we wipe down the machines, or you're basically teaching all these people, hey, it's just someplace that if you got to go to work out, okay, come here. That's not a way to do it. And then they have this whole idea, well, we don't allow grunting either. So what are you trying to say, that only bodybuilders or lunks grunt? I'm sorry, but I mean, so you're telling me that somebody like Jillian Michaels or Bob Harper from The Biggest Loser, or any of those people, a morbidly obese person can't walk in there, give 110% on the last two reps. If they grunt, they're out. You don't want that. So you don't want people trying to better themselves to that point. I mean, what exactly is the kind of image you're trying to portray here? I mean, I see on your page for the Facebook how many people complain about your policies, about your cancellation of membership, and about, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm only a member because you happen to open one up right next door to my house, and it's easy and cheap if I don't want to go all the way back to my real gym to train. So it's just out of convenience. Trust me, I can't really train there as much as I'd like to because you guys just don't have the atmosphere. And I'm sitting there I actually find myself almost being a babysitter because I'm watching people on their machines thinking, should I go over there and help them because it looks like they're about to hurt themselves? Or am I going to look at, oh, what do you think you know? So you people really need to focus on what it is you're trying to do with this whole judgment-free zone, no critics. So I can be honest with you. This whole lunk alarm idea. Okay, here's a scenario. What happens if somebody, okay, now your dumbbells only go up to 60 pounds. Okay, so what happens if there's one of your average trainers is on a bench and they're doing 60-pound dumbbell presses over their heads? You see a lunk or somebody dropping a weight, so you sound that lunk alarm. That buzzer, as loud as it gets, because I've heard it once, that buzzer scares the shit out of that person. They drop the weight straight on their head. Who do you think's liable? Him for dropping it, or you for sounding off some obnoxious loud alarm that startles people? Just because you wanted to make fun of a certain athlete. But if I'm lifting there, and I go up to some skinny kid who can't bench press 100 pounds, and if I start laughing at him and say, hey, I'm a lunk, and start saying, "Hey, skinny, you can't lift that much weight. You're gonna kick me out, or what? Who's in the wrong here? Who's judging?" Well, that's all I got to say right now, because there's only about another 4 minutes left on this thing. But you people really need to figure out what the hell it is. I'll be honest with you. I showed your website to a bunch of the athletes that I know of, and you probably lost about, from my word of mouth, which is a lot of people who like to go to gyms, I'd say you probably lost about a few $100,000 worth of business for people who are looking for a place to train, but they're not going to if you're a blatant disrespect. Okay? Nobody wants to go in there and see a sign that says these kind of people aren't welcome here. Okay? So that's what bye bye. I'll still keep going to my location, but if they start pulling that one alarm crap on me, so far they haven't done it to me. I'll be honest, I went back to my original gym to export and train today. It was a hard set of chest, and it felt so good to be able to work out to my weight, knowing that people weren't going to be looking at me going, "What are you doing?" I mean, for Christ's sakes, I've never thought I'd be actually paranoid about being able to lift my weight. You guys make me paranoid over at Platinum Fitness. Am I going to be yelled at and told I have to leave because I happen to bench press more than somebody else? Same thing with your policy. We don't have any bench presses. Are you afraid for someone to come in there to be able to lift some weight? I hate to tell you, but even soccer moms do use bench presses, and they bench press the bar. So I think you're really limiting yourselves, as well as making yourselves look like real morons. That's about it. So I hope this gets to somebody, and no, this is not going to be the last time I talk about it. So I'll probably talk about it every time I see some stupid shit going on. Right? Well, but if any of you want to have a real gym, come on over to Export Gym and Tan. They're all over the place. Just look it up on the website. Anybody's welcome. It doesn't matter if you're skinny, fat, morbidly obese, to be politically correct. Whatever you are, you're welcome to train there. Nobody's going to look at you funny. Nobody's going to tell you you can or can't do this. And nobody's going to make fun of you. And we're open 24 hours. Yeah, it's a little bit more expensive, but at Planet Fitness, let's face it, you get what you pay for. You only get, for $10 a month, you only get limited equipment. They're not open 24/7. At least at Export, you get all walks of life there. Nobody makes fun of anybody. Get some better looking people in there, better class of people. You got trainers all over the place, so if you need help, for God's sakes, hey, there's at least somebody there to help you so you don't get hurt. And the music's a hell of a lot better. Which leads me to one other last point before I close on this. Who the hell works out to Celine Dion? I was in the gym the other day and that came over the loudspeaker. You guys really need to figure out what the hell it is you're actually going for. And talk later. I'm out. Time to go have a protein shake. Or, I'm sorry, does that make me too much of a lump?